Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Cancer for the week of January 17th. Now Cancer, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Cancer, I do not offer personal readings, so please do not get scammed. There are a lot of those going around right now. I will not message you for a reading or asking you for money or anything. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if you'd like to get to know me more, definitely give me a follow there. There's a link to that in the description below. But let's see what we have going on here for you, Cancer. So if you watch my content regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. And tapping the like button is also a completely free way to help support the channel grow. So let's see what else we have going on here. Make sure everything's in view. We'll get right into it, Cancer. All right, I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Justice card. So this is Libra energy, but really don't get hung up on the sign. This is the idea of the karmic scales balancing out and tipping in one direction or the other. By default, the scales tip in your direction. They tip in your favor. And with that, it says this is a major card of karma. Okay, it says that the choices that you've made up to this point are rendering out here in real time. And with that, the Justice card, the best way to view the energy of the Justice card is that at the end of the day, you will truly get the outcome that you deserve, okay? And so it's definitely a very good sign if you've been doing the work, you know, you've been acting with integrity, acting in the highest accordance of yourself. It can be a bit of a challenging card if you have dipped into the lower frequencies such as gossip, negativity, but that's part of life, right? And that's there, you know, you're human, right? It is what it is. So definitely nothing to be afraid of when you get the Justice card, but it's just a card of balance, okay? It's another way of looking at it. You know, some of you, when I get the Justice card, I do sometimes see like work-life balance or like balance in another area of your life that may be important for you at this time. And I do feel like maybe that's what's going on here. There's some sort of internal conflict or some sort of, it might not be internal, but let's just continue forward. I'll get into more about what I'm feeling here. There's this energy of like either a mental conflict or a conflict with someone else. I feel like actually is what's going on, is what my intuition is telling me. So right away in the middle here, you have this Five of Wands. So this is a major card of conflict in your life, right? And I typically, if it's in this middle row, which is your kind of day-to-day, your current realizations, it's typically a conflict with someone else. And you can see the Five of Wands here, people are sparring. But my intuition is telling me that there's like maybe a mental conflict going on here as well for you. And it's a little bit challenging because I feel like some of you could be dealing with both here at this time. And that's kind of what I feel like is going on. But, you know, this could be, the thing about the Five of Wands is whoever kind of emerges from this battle victorious gets the reward of the Six of Wands, which is public recognition, exceeding expectations, victory, achievement, all of those sorts of things. I get the sense that maybe there is there's frustration mounting here between you and a partner if you're here for love. And I get the sense that some of you need to attain balance with this person. It may mean that this relationship is not as balanced as you would like. For others of you, there's an internal conflict or a mental conflict. It really depends. I'm like kind of getting both, where you know you need to balance something out with maybe a non-romantic connection. That's the other thing that I'm getting here. I'll get into that more. But in the past, you have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So the Six of Cups here is someone from the past trying to re-enter. It can be an ex. However, this can also just represent nostalgia. Okay, it can represent your needing to stop and smell the roses like this person on the card is doing. It can also represent something that you've always wanted to do. What else am I feeling here with the Six of Cups? You know, the other thing is the Six of Cups can represent past lives. Like if you believe, I certainly myself, I believe in past lives, Cancer. And so if you're somebody who does believe in that, this conflict here, this tension with another person may be a past life contract that you are that you signed up for before you came into this lifetime. Is a little bit esoteric to think that way, but that's kind of what I'm getting. This is the time we are looking at a Mercury retrograde week here. Mercury moves into retrograde soon, shortly after this video is released. And this week is a retrograde. So for some of you, there may be a communication situation going on. Reason being is we have these 2 swords cards, okay? Swords is the suit of communication, thoughts, speech, language, anything like that. And you have this 8 of swords here in this lower row, which is tripping me up as the reader, because the 8 of swords talks about a mental imprisonment. Okay, and in this case, we have the conflict here in your day-to-day. And so there's this energy of an internal or a mental conflict as well as an external conflict going on here. You also have the Queen of Swords, could be around a Queen of Swords type person, somebody who is maybe like adding insult to injury. You may feel unheard. I'm getting that message where some of you may feel unheard. And it's time for you to balance that out, is what I feel like is the big thing. I'm getting a lot of different messages here, but you have these counterparts with the King and the Queen of Swords showing up, as well as the 2 of Cups and this need for balance, for achieving balance. So let's go ahead and continue forward. In your current situation, you have the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, and the King of Swords. So this King of Swords, more Libra energy here with the Justice and the King of Swords card. This is divine law and order playing out. Okay, both of these cards here showing up with the Justice and the King of Swords. Okay, at the end of the day, both parties will get the outcome they deserve. Okay, and it will end up working out as it's supposed to. And so do keep that in mind as you sort of work through this situation here. With the King of Swords, it may just mean that it's time to set a boundary with this person. And if they respond to your boundary, great. If they don't, there will be an ending, okay? And I'll get into that some more. But on the other side of this, you have the 10 of Pentacles, which talks about, this is one of the most abundant cards in the tarot. It's like building a legacy. It could also be family energy because it can indicate money being passed through generations. It's a big card of harvests and abundance, and it's a very nice card. It's the last of the Pentacles card, so it's like you've gone through the entire suit of Pentacles, and here's your sort of chest at the end of the rainbow, at the end of the quest that you've completed. And so it's a very nice card. So just realize that there's an abundance of opportunity here available to you if you're concerned about what might happen after setting a boundary. With this person is what I'm kind of feeling. Like, don't be afraid to set that boundary, because right now we're getting this message here of needing to achieve balance in some area of your life. Moving forward in the future, you have the Fool, the 2 of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. So the way I see this playing out here is you're going to drop a boundary, and they're either going to accept it, and if they accept it, you're getting a new beginning with this person, okay? Because the Fool is a powerful new beginning. It's a strong card. It starts off all of the major arcana. It's the start of a new cycle in your life. And so if they accept this boundary, you're getting a new start with this person, okay? If they do not, there's an ending here. And the 10 of Swords is done, dead, over with, okay? So I feel like it's almost like there's this energy of like a conflict that's been mounting or brewing between the 2 of you. And during a retrograde, here we are, right? We have miscommunications, we have challenges, we have delays, we have setbacks. Here it is all coming to a head with the 10 of Swords. And what's interesting here is either this new beginning or this ending, which really you can flip those two around. You can kind of read the 10 of Swords as one thing ending, but also one thing beginning. But anyway, these 2 cards here are wedged in between this 2 of Cups, or the 2 of Cups is wedged in between these 2 cards. And so this is truly around your connection to another, whether they are romantic or not, with this 2 of Cups. Because in a non-romantic situation, the 2 of Cups can indicate partnership or union with another. And so, yeah, either way, this is what's going on here. But let's go ahead and start to clarify the situation even more. Now, if you're enjoying this, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, drop a comment to let me know what you think. And I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Hope things are going well for you, Cancer. Hope your year is coming off to a good start. And check out my website. You can sign up for my email list there if you so choose. There's a link to that in the description below. So you have Mother Mary, love and peace, Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. Okay, so like I said, this might not be romantic. Okay, you might have a strong connection with your mother, and that may be what's going on here for you, Cancer. Okay, you may be setting a boundary with your mother. And it's like, you know, this is a situation where they can either take the boundary and you both get an awesome new beginning together, or not. You have the Kuan Yin card, care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. You also have Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So yeah, Kuan Yin tells you to really have care and compassion, not just for others, but, you know, for yourself as well. You know, the author of this oracle deck says Kuan Yin for them is associated with like Reiki, alternative energy healing practices, things like that. So some of you may want to do something to like treat yourself in some way, and just intuitively trust what you know you need at this time as well. Let's see what else we have here. All right. Very nice. So you have abundance. Okay, I have to say, there is major abundance here on the board with the 10 of Pentacles and the abundance card. You also have no need to worry, as well as a year from now. Okay, so I love that energy of the no need to worry. Some people get stressed about the year from now card. Do not. Okay, this doesn't mean that this is going to take a year to resolve. It doesn't mean you know, nothing will happen between now and a year. No, it just means that like the seeds that are being planted, there could be something that happens a year ago or a year from now. I also like to say that that card could also represent something that happened a year ago as well. And so just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. But there's something around abundance here. I do wonder if just like money's on your mind. This upper row is the row of your thoughts, the row of your mind. And you have that 10 of Pentacles now with this abundance card coming in. So yeah. Let's see what else we get here. Let's pull some additional messages. Okay, you have the Knight of Swords. You have the Eight of Swords coming in once again here in the past, and the Three of Swords. You know, you are restricted right now. Okay, you can see this person's literally wrapped up, and they're restricted, they're blindfolded. They're in the imprisonment of their thoughts, of their mind here. And this Queen of Swords person is, you know, this word capricious is coming in. They are challenging. Okay, they are they are not letting their foot off the gas pedal here. And there's like something here that's locking you up with this other person. You have these Three Swords cards now coming in to clarify the past. You know, the Knight of Swords can represent somebody who's, you know, springing into action or needs to spring into action, needs to do something, needs to get started. It's a nice card of good energy, good beginnings, new things happening in your life as well. But it can indicate impulsiveness. Be careful of saying something you maybe later regret with that Six of Cups, or maybe you have already because that Six of Cups is below and it's in the past. But, you know, there is something here where it's like, you know that this situation's ending with this Three of Swords, or you know that there's been something that has broken your heart between you and this other person, whether it's romantic or not. And it's locking you up. It's locking you up for some reason. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so we have another Knight next to it. We have the Knight of Wands, we have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the 10 of Pentacles coming in the same row. Okay, so what is it with abundance here? Okay, there's this like side story here going on right now for you with the double 10s of Pentacles and the abundance card. Now you have the Six of Pentacles as well. You can see the scale energy here on the Six of Pentacles being repeated, as you see in the Justice card. This is financial balance, financial harmony. It's also this idea that the act of giving is just as important as receiving. And there's some of you are like making a shift, okay? I'm viewing these Knights of Swords, or these Knights here, this Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, as a shift that's going on in your mind around money. And I do get the sense that there's something nice coming in. And this could be in the form of an investment paying off, a new higher paying job, something. Maybe there is an issue or a situation with an inheritance here, because the 10 of Pentacles can indicate an inheritance. And you do have your Mother card here, Mother Mary. The Knight of Wands also indicates like moving to a new residence, moving to a new location. So it's very interesting that we're getting these cards, but there's financial harmony and balance here that's coming into play in this reading as a side story. So you also have this Tower card, you have the Five of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So my intuition is just telling me that they are not going to accept the boundary. And again, I don't love to like be negative in these readings or foretell negative outcomes, but you can also just view it as not necessarily being a negative. It's very challenging when you have to set boundaries with family members, with friends, with loved ones, and then they don't accept the boundary. That's a very challenging situation to deal with here. But remember that on the other side of this, you're emerging as a new person, and there's a new path emerging on the other side of that boundary, okay? So you have the Tower with the Fool. It's like there's a change here, okay? There's a sudden change, sudden upheaval. Again, I said with the Two of Cups in between, there will either be a new beginning or there will be an ending. And it looks like the ending's happening. But again, who knows? Timelines can change. You have free will, right? And so it really depends. But this major card of, we have this conflict here. Remember, we had this Five of Wands in the middle that we brought in the beginning. And now we have this conflict again with the Two of Cups now coming in and the Tower above it. So there is some sort of change. You do have this Queen of Pentacles. You're making a practical choice in your life. There's something around maybe an inheritance. The Queen of Pentacles, I always say, is like the executor of the tarot, the executor of a state, or of an estate or a will. And so for some of you, yeah, you're dealing with maybe an inheritance situation here. Let's see what else we get. All right, let's see what the Kipper cards have to say here. Official person, occupation, false person, mean male, bad health, and distant horizons. So yeah, just a challenge here between you and this other person. They are challenging, okay? And they've done a number on you. They've hurt you, okay? They're restricting you and their actions. And so you don't have to choose to spend your time with them, is what I will tell you, Cancer. The bad health card is the health of this relationship. There could be an inheritance, but it's the health of this relationship here. Again, I don't like to foretell death, dying, illness, injury. I just don't like to do that. So yeah, there's a change coming with you and this other person, but official person, main male, occupation, distant horizons. You know, some of you, like I said, there's this distant horizons is good times ahead. Occupation is like what you do for work. It's maybe even DIY work. It's just good things happening in your career situation, which I see coming in here for you with the double knights and the double tens of pentacles. And so I see good things on the horizon for you. And I feel like this path is being made available as you set that boundary. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, drop a comment to let me know what you think. And you have a great day. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.